Hello, great people. Regard the sexual allegation case between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and Senate President Godswill Akpabio as the cat with the 9 lives, and you won't be wrong. Rather than for the case to die, one thing has always led to another, from one controversy to another. There was a heated drama at the Senate Ethics Committee hearing of the sexual allegation petition against Senate President Godswill Akpabio by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Senator Nwaebonyi of Ebonyi State and former Minister of Education Oby Ezekwesili fought dirty at the Ethics Committee hearing. In a moment, I'll leave you to watch the video. Then when we come back, we'll be dissecting the associated issues. We'll be looking at the conduct of the Investigative Committee, the Ethics Committee. We'll be looking at the conduct of Senator Nwaebonyi and that of the former minister Oby Ezekwesili, and we'll dissect all the associated issues and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omoshola. Let us go and watch the video of what transpired, then we come back for some great discussion. Let's watch it. There you have it. You just watched the video of what transpired, the altercation between Senator Nwaebonyi and the former Minister of Education, Oby Ezekwesili. Well, I look forward to your impression in the comment section. What I can say is, what a time to be a Nigerian, because one would not have thought that in this 2025, the year of our Lord, that of all the issues that is going on in Nigeria, that we will be dragging, position with women. We'll be trying to kind of like lord over women. What a time indeed to be a Nigerian. Then, if you look at that video very well, you know that they usually say something that when you are in an argument with a woman, that you can't win a woman because women's mouth, with profound respect, usually run faster than that of men. I think those that made the assertions are wrong, because looking at that video, the mouth of Senator Peter Nwaebonyi, was running faster than that of the former minister Oby Ezekwesili. So could it be that those that asserted that women's mouth usually run faster than that of men are wrong? Because that is not the case here. And you may want to imagine that the senator forgot that the world is a global village. Did he, how come he lost his decorum in such a manner, in the sense that the sympathy would naturally tilt towards women naturally? And if you look at it, did the senator forgot that there are cameras there? Did he forgot that he is in a public space? Did he forget that even if there are no cameras there, the world is now a global village in such a way that everybody has a phone in his pocket, and there must be somebody hiding somewhere, filming all what transpires? So why would the senator, lose his decorum in such a terrible manner? And you may want to imagine that if this senator can behave like this to a woman that he is not feeding, if this senator can behave like this to a woman that is not his daughter, then what would now happen if he has an altercation with his wife? So my sympathy goes out to the wife of Senator Nwaebonyi, because if he can behave like this to the former Minister of Education, Oby Ezekwesili, one could only imagine what the wife of Senator Nwaebonyi will be passing through at home. And you may want to imagine that what transpired, for some of you that don't know, well, the investigative hearing of the sexual allegation harassment between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, let us look at something that is quite important. The man that there's news all over the place that the man was debarred in the United States. It is that same man that is heading the committee. Why is it that Nigeria, there's a way we behave in Nigeria in such a way that we worship men, we wrap institutions around men. This man, Senator Neda Emmanuel, there is report that the man was debarred in the United States and there are some fraud allegations against him. Since that allegation, since those issues have made it to public domain, the Senate shouldn't have made such a man to sit as the head of that ethics committee. So you have cast aspersion on the integrity of that ethics committee. So you may want to imagine that there is an allegation against the Senate president. The man refused to step down. There is a fraud allegation against that of against Senator Neda Emmanuel. The man also refused to step down. And by the way, we just use allegation to fulfill all legal righteousness, because the co-defendant of Senator Neda Emmanuel has been sentenced to 5 years imprisonment in the United States. So if they accuse you and somebody of a crime and your co-defendant has been sentenced, but they are looking for you because you are nowhere to be found, you escaped from the United States allegedly, then that speaks to the fact of the case. But to fulfill all righteousness, since he has not been convicted, but then there's strong evidence, a prima facie case has been established against him. Now let us look at something, which is that nations sacrifice men and their position to save institutions. Nations all across the world sacrifice men and their position to save the institution. Where there is a scandal, when there's a controversial issue, the man will step down. But in Nigeria sacrifice institutions to save men. For the sake of God, these men are not bigger than the Senate. The conduct of these men are bringing ridicule to the Nigerian Senate. Yet you leave Akpabio as the Senate President, you leave Neda Emmanuel as the leader of the Ethics Committee, and the disrepute that is befalling the Nigerian Senate every day will take years for the Nigerian Senate to recover. So why is it that in Nigeria we sacrifice men, nations sacrifice men and their position to save the institution, but Nigeria sacrifice institution to save man? So why is it like that in Nigeria? But what I can say is that expect nothing from a Senate that cannot probe ordinary sexual harassment without controversy. It is sad, but that's the truth. Expect nothing from a Senate that cannot probe ordinary sexual harassment without controversy. See, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan made that allegation against the Senate president. There have been one crisis or the other. The senators have been acting, to my mind, immaturely. The day they sat on a suspension, everybody was just tongue-lashing the woman. Nobody gave the woman a benefit of the doubt. The woman said, "Mr. Senate President, can I please say something?" Which I think was a lost opportunity, because the way all the men, the female senator, Natasha, was the only one on the Senate floor on that particular day. The way all the men have tongue-lashed her, when she said, "Mr. Senate President, can I please be allowed to speak?" I think that all what the men are saying may have gotten to the woman, and she may have want to apologize. But the Senate President didn't give her the opportunity to speak. He just rolled out the suspension. So what I can say is that the way the Senate has conducted itself, it leaves much to be desired. And I'm losing hope in having anything credible from the Senate. And that's why I said, expect nothing from a Senate that cannot probe ordinary sexual harassment. The Senate is the highest legislative body in Nigeria. So, and the Senate is to checkmate the executive. So if the Senate, which is the institution, the legislature, which is the institution that differentiates between autocracy, military rule, autocracy, or you can call it military rule, and a democracy, is the legislature. So if the upper legislative chamber is now embroiled in character crisis, sexual harassment, allegation, fraud by principal officials, then it leaves much to be desired on the part of the Senate. That's why I said, expect nothing from such Senate. And we may want to imagine that, why are the senators, why are they intolerant? Why are they uncouth? Why are they immature? Why do they lack decorum. It is surprising. This set of senators that we have, I don't think that we've had it worst in the history of the Nigerian Senate, because most of them, the way they behave, there's been lack of decorum, there is immaturity, and they speak so uncourtly. Look at the way Senator Nwaebonyi has been, speaking, tongue lashing Oby Ezekwesili. Can't you just, have some apply some decorum, be matured? Though I heard that it was Oby Ezekwesili that triggered the reaction of the man, because one thing led to another, and Oby Ezekwesili told the man to shut up. But then the reason why you are a leader, the reason why you are a senator, is because you are matured. It does Nwaebonyi want to tell me that since the day he married his wife, he has not had any issue with his wife, and his wife has never maybe abused him one way or the other? So he should be more matured to kind of like react, not reacting in such a way that he was just speaking like typewriter. I think it lacks the decorum, which is a major requirement for a leader. Now let us look at something that is quite very, very important, which is that female representation in politics. With the way Nigerian men are behaving, can a female ever be Nigeria's president for the next 100 years? I doubt it, except it is accidental, in the sense that if we have a female vice president, then if the president now dies, then we have an accidental president. Because look at the way men are behaving, and they don't even give women the opportunity to become vice president. So maybe if Nigeria now has a female vice president, God forbid, if the president dies, that is the only way I foresee that we can have a female president in Nigeria. And for the avoidance of doubt, I must say, Oby is not a disgrace to womanhood. No. Oby Ezekwesili have served in several foreign institutions. Oby Ezekwesili is a former minister of education. Oby Ezekwesili is well educated, both locally and foreign trained. Oby Ezekwesili is a pride to Nigerian female in a country where women are not given the required opportunity, in a country where women are married out at the age of 10, at the age of 15 in some regions, in a country where there is discrimination against women. For you to have a kind of Oby Ezekwesili to come out of that country, we should praise Oby Ezekwesili. We should praise the family that she has come out from, and we should praise her contribution to national development. If there's any international contest now, and Oby Ezekwesili is applying, and Senator Peter Nwaebonyi is applying, I can bet all what I have that Oby Ezekwesili, with her education, with her international exposure and experience, will beat Nwaebonyi hands down. So it is false rhetoric for you to say Oby Ezekwesili is a disgrace to womanhood. No, you are wrong, Mr. Senator. Oby Ezekwesili is a pride to womanhood. She is a pride to Nigeria as a country. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omosoladeji. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.